What's the difference between prayer, treatment, and meditation? Our word treatment or spiritual mind treatment is another way of saying affirmative prayer. It means it's a thought process that's directing the creative power. It is directing the law. In other words, it is not a beseeching. It is not an asking. It is a declaring into law that which we desire in our lives. So we're putting out there, I am the child of God. The power that created the universe is with me. This is what I'm declaring in my life. Meditation is the power behind that word. Meditation is going into that state where you are connected with allness. You have let go of your small ego. You go into the allness. You become this feeling, this beingness of oneness. And from this oneness, those words now have power. Without the meditation, without that connection to oneness, there's no power in the words. Because here's the thing. What you see in front of you, as Steve said, is mirroring what your words are. But it's really mirroring not only your words, but it's mirroring what your beliefs are. It's mirroring what you believe about God. What you believe about God and your connection to God. So if you're out there and you're with all of this fear that's going out there with respect to the government and that, then you believe that you have a God that you have to fear. Because if you believe that there's an all-loving God, which is infinite, all-knowing, and everywhere present, then you cannot live in a state of fear. It is impossible to be in fear knowing this infinite power and presence everywhere. And you see the idea of ego that the government would use, that societies would use, that business would use to do things is they take you to fear because they can't motivate you to buy, do anything if you are individually connected. Because no one can influence you, only you can. You see, that's the difference of connecting into oneness and living in duality, in the idea of separation. Actually, when we do spiritual mind treatment, the first two steps of recognition and unification are the meditation steps. They're the steps that bring us to the idea that God is all there is, and I am one with it. And that's what meditation does. It takes us to God is all there is. It's everywhere present, all-powerful, all-knowing. It has always been and always will be. And from that, I now speak my word creating. You see, when God first created the universe, this is really good. When God first created the universe, God was God. It was infinite. It was all-knowing. It was everywhere present, right? It is right there. It knew itself. And what happened? And the Word was made flesh. God spoke the Word. You see, God knew God, and it spoke the Word. Now, we were created as microcosms of God. So now what happens to happen? In order to duplicate the creative process, we go back to the macrocosm. We have to know our oneness with God and speak the Word.